3. Let's go.
Welcome to the Balcony AUX Chord podcast.
Let's go. Balcony AUX Chord.
Balcony AUX Chord.
Welcome back to the Balcony AUX Chord podcast. This is the podcast where we're trying to build this music community online, where we're able to talk about music, our lives, what's happening around our lives, maybe through like using music as a starting point for like further discussion. And the idea is that me and Findi here, we used to talk on our balcony quite a lot, and we listen to music most of the time. We talk about the music, about life and all that. But naturally, this podcast has evolved into something which is more than music. And since like 4 episodes ago, we've began this new trend of just talking about anything. Yeah, talk about anything you want. And we'll definitely go back to music at some point, but like I feel like
next episode. That's what
hopefully I just want it to be more organic. I don't want to force us to just talk about something we don't really even want to talk about. So that's it to the introduction. But today we are recording it. How do we contextualize this? Okay, so
it's November 7th, and yours is November 8th. Like 8th, November 8th.
Basically, so around 3 hours ago, it was announced that Biden has just
officially
won. Well, not officially yet, but he's projected to win just because it's like the Electoral College and all that too. But right now he's standing at 284 seats, I believe, whereas Trump is at 214. So,
and the rest is Kanye West.
I mean, relative to everything else, I think it is safe to say that Biden is most likely to win the presidency. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of controversy that's going to be coming up in the next couple months, I would think. So, let's talk about it. I really like we kind of like foreshadowed a little bit about the election in last week's episode of Findi. And you know what? Our predictions were wrong. At least mine was.
You thought that Trump was going to win.
Well, half of my prediction was right, and then the other half was.
What was your prediction? Remind me.
I said it was like either way, it's going to be really close, like super fucking close, like down to like whatever, like 10,000 people, and then the other one was I said Trump was most likely to win, in my opinion, but I was wrong. And the mail-in votes kind of proved me wrong, and I thank God it proved me wrong. Like I'm not scared of sharing my political opinions here in terms of like I would vote for Biden if I was American. I would vote for like in terms of like American politics. I'm not shy about
it's not you. Yeah, it's not
Yeah. So right now I'm happy in one way, like in a particular way, I am happy. But on the other side, I'm like, okay, like what does this mean now? Like, there's a lot of like implications that come with Biden winning, as well as if Trump were to win. There's a lot of like things to think about that too. But I guess like I just want to talk about like how you feel about everything and what has led up to this, because I think this year, because there's a lot of mail-in voting. The vote has taken a while to be finalized. I think right now it's just 2 more states. I think Nevada and Georgia right now.
Nevada's still not done counting?
Yeah, no, Nevada's still going.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Georgia is the one which is more concerning. I mean, like it's like 20,000 people difference right now, which is significant. But again,
but like, even if they won, even if in Georgia it's red, it's Joe Biden would still end up being president.
for sure. It's just interesting to see these swing states kind of like vote the other way, essentially, right? And like right now, like you can basically kind of tell that like all the mail-in votes are Democrat votes, essentially, because a lot of like Trump basically told all his followers not to go like vote like through mail. He was just like vote in person, because like he has doubts about the mail-in system, and And to be honest, like, it's kind of valid because, like, there's always, like, problems with mail-in voting in general. And, like, if you don't work out the kinks from the start, it's going to provide room for exactly what Trump, I think, is anticipating to use as a tool, is to say that it's not valid. Like, it's not... he's trying to convince the American people that mail-in voting is not legitimate. And so implying that the Biden win is not legitimate, right? So I think he was planning this from the start. Like I think he was just like if he lost, he was gonna use this like card anyway. So I'm not. So
honestly, the Trump administration and campaign is like, honestly, to be honest, like this one of the smartest. Like they're like, I think they're geniuses. Like the people behind Trump and Trump himself, if you know, it's crazy. Like obviously, if they were like, oh, mail-in ballots are invalid since before the fucking election, then after, because they honestly, like, from the polls, from everything, it was projected that Biden was gonna win since like a long time. I think they knew that. They knew that, you know, it was, and this was just like,
didn't it say that he was gonna win by like quite a bit? Like, it wasn't gonna be this close. Like, no, this is very close.
I even read somewhere though that like even disregarding the mail-in ballots, I think I'm not sure. Like, don't quote me on this, but even regardless of the mail-in ballots, I think Joe Biden still won.
I don't think that's true because
really.
Because the first day when the mail-ins were still being counted, because that takes a long time, I thought Trump was going to win, like, on the first day. Because all the swing states were red.
Really?
And I think, like, I was already out there, like, talking to my friends. I'm like, oh, fuck, like, Trump won. Like again, like, I was like, like, did we kind of expected this, right? Because I think it was poor reporting on... I think it was CNN or I forgot what source I was using. Not Fox for sure, not Fox. But they said that the reporting of the reporting of the ballots was already like at 98 or like at 90 something %. And it wasn't the case because like there was like a shit ton of mail-in votes left, which is like definitely not the final 8% that they were talking about. It's probably like 20% or something like that, which is like significant. So like I feel like I jumped the gun a little bit too. I feel bad for spreading like false news in the beginning because I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure Trump's gonna win now. Like all the swing states are red, and then suddenly I wake up, Michigan's blue again, and then what's the other one? Not Pennsylvania, Wisconsin and Michigan turned blue. And those states were red the whole day. Like there was like, I was like, and they both were like 89% already reported. And I'm like, okay, it's pretty much done. And then nope, turns out the mail-in votes made a difference, made a huge difference actually. So and Biden, I think the statistics say that he's the most popular voted like candidate ever. Like people came out to vote like the most ever in history. For him.
It's because they're just scared of Mr. Donald Trump.
Yeah, I mean
Mr. Donald J. Trump.
Yeah, I think that they're scared of what
Mr. President Trump.
Yeah, what his continued rule.
Would be like
implies. Yeah, for sure. I mean, like,
what do you think?
Before I go to my opinion, I want to go to your opinion because I've been talking for a little bit.
Okay.
How do you feel? Were you anxious? Were you like,
I wasn't that anxious. I mean, obviously the American elections affect Americans the most.
Yeah.
And I'm in Canada. I decided to come to school in Canada and I'm not American, but I think the way that it's going to affect my life the most is probably economically. You know, like the trade deals that might change between Canada and the US, or like US foreign policy in Asia and stuff like that. The trade war with China, that's probably the thing that's going to affect me the most. Sure. As a Thai or as a person living in Canada.
Yeah. We'll talk about
So-
the trade war a little bit more.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't have too many stakes in this elections.
That's
I do have
interesting you say
stakes,
that.
but it's relatively minor compared to
Okay, I can say that.
other things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And my criticism of Trump is, you know, mostly to do with who he is, which I think like any political leader
Right.
needs to have an element of like being a leader and not like being a fucking whatever the fuck Trump is. You know what I mean? Like I think that's like a big issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why do you think it's interesting to me?
No, I okay. Before I move on to anything else, like I find it interesting how you talk about Trump's leadership, and I've been thinking about this a lot, and like its parallels with Thailand, a little bit. And I'm like
100%.
I'm like the only role a leader of a country should have is to unite the people, not to divide the people. Like literally, like that's the
figurehead.
Core. That's the core of your job.
And then
is,
the
like, to
administration is the one that comes out with all the policies, all the laws and everything, right? That's the president or the prime minister or talking to, you know, the Senate, the everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the leader is supposed to be like his personality matters. Like his likability, his trustworthiness, everything matters because he's the face of the administration.
Yeah,
right?
and I think that parallels a lot with Thailand, like a lot of with Thailand, and
100%.
Like the job description is to unite the people and to lead with like direction, and like more prevalently in America, there seems to be unpredictability in the presidency and what he wants to do most of the time. So there's like an element of unpredictability, as well as he wants to divide the country constantly for political gain.
Like I think he does want to. Like he sets out. He wakes up in the morning and he's like, "How can I make America more?"
No. I think it's more so like, how do I gain from this more? Like how do I prolong my gains?
Oh, man. Yeah.
Whether it's monetary through his business, whether it's power through politics, whether it's
saving money for his friends.
Yeah. It's definitely it's a self-interested kind of mindset, I think, and I feel like he said stuff that I'm pretty sure he doesn't really believe, like personally, but he has to say stuff just to get like that population going, you know.
There's so many things. He is constantly going back and forth on everything he said. Like he doesn't have like a moral standpoint, I don't think.
Which is like,
he could be a good person.
Yeah.
Like he just.
I mean, probably not, but okay.
Probably not, but you know, like he doesn't have like he doesn't have like a core sense. Like you know how like people are like, okay, this is what I believe in,
right?
And this is just something that's constant in my life, right? For Donald Trump, he just goes back and forth. There's no, just. You know, it's just whatever he will say whatever he wants for a certain outcome. And that has changed throughout his presidency and throughout like everything.
Yeah.
It's
definitely
really interesting.
Yeah. Okay, now that I've said what I wanted to say about the leadership, I guess what's interesting for me is that, I mean, I have a dilemma as a human being as to like who I think would be a better president in terms of like I have two sides of me, right? I'm a human global citizen, but also I'm a Thai citizen and a Thai policymaker in like, or aspiring policymaker at least. So like one side of me is like, who's gonna provide the most gains for Thailand? And then the other side is like, who's going to be a better leader in general for the world, right? Because like it's unavoidable to not talk about, because they're a hegemon, right? So like a hegemon is a dominant, like the most dominant country, but it just
isn't that
some poli-sci lingo for you?
Isn't that the one where you gotta catch them
all? That's a digimon.
That's a Pokemon.
Oh, that's a Pokemon.
Oh my goodness. So Digimons that's what. Cool.
Yeah, no, but
Such
so
an
that's what a
asshole move.
hegemon is. So next time
Such
you,
an asshole move. Yeah.
yeah, but I find myself kind of debating whether like the benefits of each candidate. But I guess I have so many thoughts going in my mind right now, and it's late here too, so I can't really focus really well on my thoughts. But you said
Let me ask you this question.
No. Wait, one sec. You said that America's like election doesn't really affect you, but I think it does. Like
Yeah, in
many
terms
ways.
of foreign policy, you know,
No.
it does.
more covertly, because okay, if America is in the Paris Climate Agreement, it's important to you and me.
Yeah, very important.
Do you understand? Like it's not
Yeah.
just like, I mean, obviously that's foreign policy, but that's also very important, right?
Yeah.
Another element is the Black Lives Matter movement, and then because that has informed a lot of the youth movements in Thailand, because there's this push against the establishment as well as push against police brutality.
Yeah.
So it's
that's
not
directly influenced by what happened.
So it is not just foreign policy. It's like everything.
It's culture, everything.
If
too.
America, it's the hegemon, right? It's dominant. So whatever happens in America, it sets a precedent around the world. Right. So like
I think I underestimated a little bit America's influence over my life as a Thai.
Yeah, highly influential. Yeah, I'm okay. Ask me questions. I'm blurred out.
The question I was gonna ask is, I thought that it was interesting that you are very torn on who would be more beneficial to us as Thais.
Yeah.
Which president? I want you to elaborate on that.
Okay. So right now, trade war, obviously bad for the world economy, but not necessarily bad for Thailand. Because the foreign direct investment has shifted away from China into Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
So that has benefited Thai investors as well as, like the labor market. So like I don't hate it that much. Yeah. And like to be honest with you, like there's so many elements to Trump's presidency that kind of in the grand scheme of things, like IR wise, it's so important. Like to me, I don't think Biden is capable of fighting China properly. Like right now, it's okay. Like in my opinion, I'm gonna lay it on the table now. Okay, I think it's a decline of America, at least like slow decline right now. But it's like the hyper rise of China. So they're converging right now, or at least in the next 20 years. And what America is trying to do is to slow down China. And to me, as a observer, I kind of see it as America, like the trade war, is that America knows it will hurt itself. It knows that the trade war will hurt its economy, but it's okay because it will hurt China's economy more. Right? Which is like, it's like the opposite of a zero-sum game. It's like, everyone's fucked.
Yeah, it's like, right? I'm going to stab myself, but the other person is going to be
dead too. Yeah. But as long as the other person is more damaged than I am, right? And to me, I feel like Trump's unpredictability and Trump's lack of like playbook, like he doesn't really like stick to the politician script too much.
No.
So I think that has gotten Beijing to be like, yo, like what the fuck's happening, bro? Like there was a lot of like, remember like the consulate, they had to leave the consulate. The American government shut down the Chinese consulate in Texas. I don't remember what state. And then China did say the same thing in retaliation. Like, for example, stuff like that. Like I feel like China is like not equipped enough to deal with Trump.
He's not a politician. He's not you know what I mean? Like he's not
Yeah.
the administration. He's just a guy who's like very volatile. Like, how
Right.
do you fight that? You know?
Yeah. Yeah, like Trump doesn't play by the rules. And
Yeah.
like I'm not saying China does, but like China knows the rules. So
Yeah,
like in order for them to beat America, they've learned how to play the game. But now that the game is not being played, they don't know how to counter it too well. So I think in terms of like international relations, in my opinion at least, like there is a benefit to having Trump or a unpredictable politician in the helm of the American state, just to counter this hyper rise of like China, which I'm not against. I'm not like anti-China or anything. I just think that like in terms of as an observer, I feel like everyone wants to kind of find gains in their status quo, right? In the status quo right now.
Yeah.
So like America doesn't want to lose that quickly. They want to keep onto that position right now. And I feel like Biden, if he comes into the power, which he probably will,
He won.
and to be honest with you, like I don't know if he's gonna chill out with the trade war, man. Like I don't know, man. Cause
So right now, coming into the presidency, there is obviously the thing of COVID, right? So I don't know how the focus is probably for the Biden administration is going to be COVID first, obviously. There's like 100,000 new cases every day. There's like 250,000 people who are already fucking dead.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and just to sort of clean up all the mess that Trump has made. But I don't think the focus, which is scary, is not going to be fending off China or like trying to hurt China. And
I mean, that's like citizen level stuff. I'm talking from like a policymaker kind of perspective.
policy level stuff. But like, no, but it's I think it's still important, right? Like him coming in, like the focus is going to be internal.
Sure. Right now, Biden's only job is to fix internal conflict.
You're talking like big picture.
I'm talking really big. I'm talking about like this century, like how this century will look. Right? And like COVID is a turning point. Trump is a turning point, right?
COVID
so,
is 100% super important.
Yeah, and Trump is too, because like he's changed the social environment in America. He's changed the foreign policy environment in America. So like to not talk about the grand scheme of things is kind of you're kind of missing the picture right now. But I do agree with you that Biden's like main task right now is to fix COVID and the issue, like the what's happening in America. But I don't think it will be solved, because the issue isn't people like it isn't, the issue isn't infrastructure. I don't think so, at least. I think it's like society's like take on a pandemic.
Yeah.
Which Trump has already injected in with his like own his own bullshit, right?
Yeah, he
so
beat COVID.
I don't think because Biden comes up it will change anything. So like I think if anything, Biden has an uphill battle, like extreme uphill battle.
Yeah.
He's gonna take a lot of shit from people.
Yeah.
Because they'll be like, oh, you didn't solve anything. Oh, the Democrats are so dumb. They think Trump
it's because it's impossible to solve.
Yeah, it's impossible to solve.
Anyways,
he came in at a wrong moment. Exactly like when Obama came in after Bush. Like with
did he come in 2009? Like all when everything
economic crash. Exactly. So like Obama critiques will jump on that real quick, saying that he didn't do much. But like, I mean, he inherited a fucking broken state, right?
This is not even, this state is beyond broken, I think, right now. US is fucked. Like it's like I think we could use that word. It's fucked. But anyways, but okay, let's go back to the China thing. I think that's like super interesting.
Yeah.
How do you think it'll be different? Like the America like battling China from here on out.
How do I think it'll be standard political
procedure.
Yeah. So like before this, there was a TPP, right?
Yeah.
Trans-Pacific Partnership for
Yes.
people who don't know.
Yes.
And this was meant to exclude China from trade, free trade agreements in the Pacific, in order to take power away from China. This didn't happen under the Trump administration because he pulled out immediately. Like Obama was like building up towards it for like 2-3 years. Like it failed within a month because Trump was like, nah, bro, not doing that. And I mean, I think Biden will try to establish the TPP again. I mean, there is a CPTPP right now.
What's that?
It's a TPP, but without America.
Okay.
Right? So I think Canada spearheaded it with like Singapore and stuff. Yeah. It's quite important, but I mean, without a main player like America, it's pretty hard to like make it actually credible. Like you need, it's kind of like the UN, you know. If you don't have America, it's kind of like the League of Nations like failing again. So I think that he'll play something along those lines in terms of dealing with China, and I think he'll inherit a lot of Obama's kind of tactics in dealing, like I think he'll be more active in Asia. Because Trump has not been active. Trump has not been active at all. Like whatever, like do whatever you want, but just trade with us. Yeah. Which
doesn't seem all that bad.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Okay, in fairness, like, okay, Trump just put on a pretty hefty tax. Not a tax, but he revoked a duty-free kind of agreement he has with Thailand, so it was pretty bad. But like I don't imagine Biden doing any better.
Yeah.
To be honest, like it's pretty tough time for everyone at this point. So they want to put tariffs on most things as much as possible in order to kind of like help their own economy.
Yeah.
So I get it. I'm not gonna lie. And I don't know. I feel like Biden, man. If he comes, okay. The other issue too. Okay, might sound kind of gray from me, I suppose. But if Biden comes into power, he's gonna use the human rights card a lot, and that makes Thailand a little harder to maneuver. Like it's harder for us to do stuff if they're gonna play the human rights card a lot of the time. And I'm talking from a policymaker, not as a citizen this time. Okay, as a policymaker, you want to be able to establish pathways to development, right? And if those pathways kind of like are kind of gray area, like you want to be able to like maybe like just like get over that gray area a little bit, but
yeah.
But if Biden's there to just like no, like that, no. So it's a little harder, and I think for gain in terms of gains, I think Thailand will gain more if there wasn't that card being used against them, because Trump doesn't give a shit. About human rights issues and stuff like that. Because like, I mean, this is a minor issue compared to what I'm imagining more so. But like, remember when the British boycotted our coconuts because they were like, your usage of monkeys that are climbing on coconut trees is against animal protection laws. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like, we're not fucking torturing these monkeys, bro. Like, they're buddies. Like, what are you fucking talking about? Like, these white people literally came into our country like, yo, bro, that's wrong. That's wrong. And I feel like that's the problem of today's international relations. Like,
always has
human rights.
Absolutely.
And I, like, human rights is the biggest issue because, like, it's a white thing to impose on everyone else. You get it? Like, cause like, it, like, human rights hasn't been okay in the Middle East because there's a cultural fucking clash there, right? So like, I feel
it's
like
hard to say, man. It's
long way
very
to
hard
go.
to say. It's very hard
but
to
obviously,
say.
like I'm all for doing like the morally correct thing as a citizen.
No,
but I'm just saying,
development-wise, yeah.
I'm just saying from a different perspective in my life. I'm like, I can see why Thailand can benefit more from Trump. I'm just saying. I'm stating it out there. Yeah. So yeah, man. Like I feel like Biden will take a more politically savvy approach, as opposed to Trump's kind of businessman savvy approach, right? So it'll be more like on free trade and countering them through maybe like foreign aid, because like AIIB and stuff like that. Like China's been giving out a lot of loans across the world, to establish their own BRI stuff, Belt and Road Initiative. I feel like America has to have its grip on Asia again, because it's loosened its grip a little bit through the Trump admin, and I think they'll just come back and do the same thing. I think they're just using the Obama playbook essentially. I mean, foreign policy wise, internally they'll probably have to be thinking pretty hard on how to deal with stuff, but at least they'll know how to handle the BLM stuff, because technically they're on the same side, right? Technically. However, I don't think Biden will be able to defund the police as they want.
No,
I don't think that's.
I think
possible.
that's hard. That's like a very ambitious.
Yeah. I don't think. I mean, at this point, people are just voting for him because he's not Trump, right? He's like Biden only won because he's not Trump. Like, in my opinion, like I don't think he's a good like leader. Like I've told you like personally, I don't think he's an alpha male.
He should be a vice president.
Yeah, I think to me like he was born to be a vice president. Yeah. A lot of people have been talking about Kamala Harris. Yeah. Because Biden's so old. And
no, if he dies, he dies.
Yeah, like fuck.
Yeah. No, he's like 87, isn't he? Is like
no, he's 77,
quite old.
I think. He's 77.
77?
Still pretty old.
Still
with
quite
like
old.
A lot of health issues, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. He was in the hospital at some point, right?
I mean, I don't know if he's gonna make the 4 years, man.
I mean, I hope so.
I hope he
don't
does.
hope
I
anyone
hope he
dies.
does.
But yeah, that's. I mean, what an interesting time to be alive, man.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. I've been talking too much. What are your takes on all this? Like China and everything, and I don't know what you care most about, but I care most about IR stuff because like you said, I'm not American, so I don't really give a shit.
Exactly.
I give a shit, but I don't really give a shit.
Yeah. I mean,
it's so far away from me.
Yeah, my political concerns now are not really the American elections. Like, you know what I mean? Right. It's stuff at home. Right. That's like my political concern right now. And so, but yeah, I actually didn't think that. Well, I think I underestimated the extent of how much that movement or like what's going on in Thailand is influenced and informed by what happened in America like a few months ago. That's my primary concern. Like you studied international relations. I studied political science. I
did both. Yeah.
You did both. Yeah. But you care more about international relations. Whereas I like after school, I have just been like, like I don't need to read. I'm not writing any papers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so that's what it is. Like I'm more concerned with stuff that's happening in Thailand. Yeah, Thai politics.
Fair. Which I don't think is exclusive to the American election either. Like I feel like, as I said, like there's so many implications of what's gonna happen. Like what do you think the American Biden government is gonna react to our system? Because like our system right now is just the government is pro monarchy, right? And pro whatever. So
I don't
on.
think they can say anything, man.
There you go.
I really don't think they can say anything.
I mean, internally they do say stuff. They do like issue like,
yeah.
and they have meetings internally. I know this for a fact, and they're like, yeah,
Really?
like we're not okay with this. Like,
Yeah,
we'd rather that you don't spray these kids.
Yeah.
like I'm pretty sure
But-
they've had meetings.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, I don't know the extent of how influential America is on how Thailand conducts its like affairs in terms of how to deal with these protesters, and I don't know what say America's gonna have in like the demands that the movement is asking for, which is you know reform and all that. Like what is America's role in that, and what like how, to what extent is America influential in how you know the Thai regime is set up, because that's essentially what we're protesting is the structure of the regime, which is it's not just policies or a person, it's like the whole thing, like what Thailand is.
I do also think that it would be naive to say that the American government is not involved at all. Like, I could imagine that like some people, like some of the protest leaders have like had some advice from maybe like I've seen photos of them like going in to talk to like the ambassador and stuff. Which is like, I don't know what kind of move that was, but it was a move.
It was a move. I think it's a big move.
Yeah, right? it was a move.
Yeah.
So I don't think like they're passive. I think they have something to do with it.
Yeah, they have something to do with it for sure. But it's just that like, you know, like thus far, Thailand has been the way it is. You know, we've had 30 or something coups. The military has come back and back again to take power. And, you know, like in terms of the Americans stopping that, or like there has been no overt, or that I know of, that, you know, that stuff. So I don't know how influential America is in Thai affairs.
I don't know, man. I've read so much about like American like cases of like overthrowing governments that I'm like so skeptical.
Yeah, it's skeptical.
Like maybe like okay, like I personally don't think that they have a big role in this, but I don't think they have a zero role in this.
No, they have their hands in everything. It's America, right? Like,
yeah,
that's just how it is.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm not sure.
I'm sure China is backing the government somehow too. Like,
yeah,
I'm because they don't want another case of Hong Kong for another state, right? They want to be like, this is how you deal with it, bro.
Yeah,
like China's probably gonna be like that. But you know what? Like, I mean, it's fun as an observer and a political scientist. Like, I love what's like kind of like moving around in the world right now. Yeah. And I don't know, man. Like it's so fun. Like right now, like it's hard to deny. I mean, there's so many levels of politics that you have to consider too, right? And like I talked about how Biden will take a more politician approach. There's also like the 5G thing that is like also ongoing, right? And like I think America did the right move in terms of containing 5G. Because 5G is like very important tech. Like it means AI. Like that's what it means. It means faster growth to AI. And I think the Americans already know that Chinese tech kind of sends information back home. So I don't think they wanted to do that, because like there's this thing called cyber sovereignty, like digital sovereignty. And if you lose that sovereignty, it's done. Like Facebook, like we've lost that sovereignty. Like Thailand is already gone.
Yeah.
Right. But China, they've understood the game from the beginning. And that's why they have WeChat. That's why they have their own stuff internally.
Yeah.
It's because they understand that they understand this idea of digital sovereignty.
Yeah.
Right? And like the normal person will not think about this stuff for sure. Like but I think this is very important because this means like future industry, right? Of Findi, like the investment of 5G now means who's going to be the first one to sell mass produce robots in the future. Right? If you think about it like that far, right? It's like it does mean that because like like we're going very close to that now. Like, we're growing very close to that. And the other side of it too is because Trump pulled out of the Paris climate agreements, right? Like China has taken the role of leadership in terms of environmental
Exactly.
like advocacy.
So they're gonna be producing all the solar panels that we're gonna use in the future.
Exactly,
it's crazy.
They have so much money invested into renewable.
Yeah, they know, man. They read the move. They're ahead. Yeah. It's like they're playing a game of chess, and they're like they know
they're winning.
They already have the checkmate in their mind. You know.
Yeah, definitely, and like to me, like it's
I think
America's too late.
Pulling out of Paris was the dumbest thing Trump did.
Yeah, I think so too.
They should have doubled down on that. They should have been, because
it goes against his voters' beliefs, though. That's the thing, right? He wanted to establish his base.
He wanted to establish his base, but that's the direction the world is moving in. And him failing to see that, or I think that cost them a lot in the long run. Yeah,
it will cost him a shit ton. Like or Biden just has to catch up for lost time. Is that the term?
Is it too late? I don't know.
I don't think it's too late. I think America has a way of gung-hoing itself into where it has to be because it's that kind of country.
What do you think America has an advantage over China right now?
I mean a lot of things, right?
A lot of things. Space. Google, space. They're gonna start mining fucking asteroids and shit. This would be sick.
I mean, not that China doesn't have a foot in space. Like they have a lot of stuff in space. But yeah, like they have more nuclear weapons. They have a more established scientific team. So like in the long run, it's still America.
In the long run, like Google and stuff.
Yeah, Google's already there.
Facebook, Google. In terms of world power, I guess that's like.
Yeah, like I don't think the hegemon is changing anytime soon.
Definitely in our lifetime, though.
I do think that Trump's presidency did change it though. Like
really? Okay.
Yeah, it was like it is now dipping down. Like America's trajectory is now dipping down, in my opinion.
Really?
In terms of like world power.
Okay.
But it depends how China's gonna react to it.
Had Hillary won 2016.
I don't know, man. I don't like Hillary too, but
no. Had let's not talk about them as people. Sure. Let's talk about the
reduce them.
Reduce them to administrations. The Hillary administration, what would have been different in terms of?
I mean, it would have been
like
more
hypothetically in terms of their fight with China,
right,
and stuff like that. Don't you think that Trump, like in the trade war, that they did some damage and slowed down China a little bit?
Definitely. But now that COVID hit, it's like it's everyone's game now because China was so quick to recover.
Yeah.
Right, and now America's fucked because it hasn't recovered, right?
Yeah, it has.
So like, I don't.
America's cases are going up every day, bro.
I think they've offset the damage that was caused. Like in all honesty, like I think it has offset at that.
Really?
And like,
it's big, bro. China's probably just the factories and everything that they're doing is back to normal. Back to
And you asked about Hillary's period, right? I feel like I can't answer that because that's a hypothetical, right? But I would imagine the TBP would be in place, and I would think that the TBP would have a significant way of hurting China in its own very like political way, but like I don't think it'll be as damaging as Trump, because we've seen what Trump has done, and it seems as if Hillary would have just stayed on course from Obama in terms of like, you know, what's happening next, you know. And like Hillary wouldn't have started some internal shit, you know. But now that Trump has started internal shit and he has divided the country, America has to internalize now. It has to fix internal, and now it like internal first, then go out, right? Yeah. But back then it was just like out only, and just like deal with the economy. That was the only thing. Like there was no like social cleavage, which was like too explosive.
Oh, but the whole country is a social cleavage, bro.
There's so many social cleavages in that country. It's fucked. Yeah. It's so fucked.
Oh man. I am not that much more hopeful since I woke up this morning and I read that Joe Biden has won. Yeah. I think it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be he's gonna have to fuck it. He inherited
uphill battle, man.
He inherited a country worse than Obama inherited, honestly.
Yeah.
Like that thing, you know, the what happened in 2009? I mean, it was fucked, but, you know, just drop some money on that shit. But you can't drop money on this shit, you know what I mean? Yeah, you cannot drop money on what's happening. Yeah, social divide, a pandemic. Like, you can't just be like, I'm gonna just come in, like, here you go, take some money.
It's a slow process.
Like, yeah,
and I think at this point it's really scary too in America, because the Trump supporters are coming out with guns, man. There's like straight up, there's militias like waiting to like attack. Like if Trump loses, like the militias are waiting to come out. Like that's like, what the fuck? Like what has America come to?
That's fucked, bro. This is it. This is the end.
Like what? I think I saw Neil deGrasse Tyson's like tweet or something, or maybe it's just like a fake tweet. I don't know.
You know that him and Mike Tyson are brothers? Sorry.
What?
Him and Mike Tyson are brothers. Anyways, go on. I'm gonna just... Oh yeah, what did Neil deGrasse Tyson say? No, go look this up. This is real.
Damn.
Okay, go on. I'm sorry. I had to tell you that, because...
I don't think that's true.
Go on.
I don't fuck. Oh yeah. He was like, imagine being a militia waiting on their election results in order to know if you're going out to kill people or not. Like, what the fuck? Like, imagine waiting in front of your TV screen, just looking at the scoreboard, and you're like, okay, time to go outside with my guns. Yeah. Like, that's fucked. Like, what has the country come to, man? Like I'm like legitimately scared for like that country. Like it's tough being American at this point, to be honest with you. Like, I mean, I have faith that it will self-correct itself, but it's gonna be a scary time for that country. It's tough.
That's fucking... Dude, imagine being American right now. Oh my goodness. Any of our viewers American? Or are they the 20?
Dude, a lot of them actually.
A lot of them like too.
Well, I don't know actually, but the audio listeners, like 60%, 70% are listening from America. So
my heart goes out to you, man. That must be fucking scary.
Heart goes out to you guys.
Like imagine.
Stay safe.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. That's fucking crazy.
I'm so tired from this. You want to wrap it up somehow?
Yeah. Wrap it up. We can wrap it up. I'll pull up the songs, man. You wrap it up.
Rap. Yeah, man. Well, I mean, obviously, don't take our discussion too heavily. We're not American. We apologize if we're overstepping, but I
don't think we did at all.
I think as observers and I think people who have some kind of background in studying stuff like this, like I feel like we are able to talk about it from like a objective kind of lens, and to me in particular, like I feel like I think it's important to not be stuck in echo chambers at this point, like whether it's a Thai context or a American context, like don't be like
look beyond what you support.
Basically like, don't unfriend your friends if they support Trump. Like I don't think that's healthy. Like, I feel like you should talk to them and see why, and you gotta ask yourself why you're voting for the person you're voting for too, or just you like him. I think
you need to be more critical of your political views.
Yeah,
like just be like, why are you doing this? Don't let what people around you think. Yeah, influence you the way you think to that extent. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like think for yourself, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like you gotta have the ability to pull yourself out of the situation, and
because that is I feel like I don't want to like pointy fingers, but I feel like that's the problem of like our generation and our like Gen Z. Definitely. For us, Gen Z especially is just like we have echo chambers, and we kind of observe the people around us and our friends, and then we make that like our reality. Yeah, which
and also like I think we have a belief that we know a lot because we're part of the internet generation. So like when we read things and from like places that we think are credible, it's not.
It's not, bro. Like literally, the reason Trump won was because the information age. Like people like the shit that we're reading and the shit that the people who think differently from us are reading is very different. Yeah. So what you can do is just to sometimes watch Fox News. That's an example, you know. To be honest, go watch Fox News. Go read Breitbart. Like go listen to fucking Ben Shapiro. Like do all that before you decide. Because if you're just looking at Instagram stories for your like for your political views, then that's just all you see and that's all you know, and that's not the complete picture. And you need to have a complete picture before you make a decision. Right?
For sure. Yeah. Echo chambers is the worst thing that's happening right now.
No.
Because of the algorithm and everything too. Like social media algorithm, I mean. And it's fun. I think it's polarizing.
I think I want to talk about that next episode.
Sure.
That's
and music.
And no. Yeah, for real. We'll find a way to connect them together. Don't worry.
Yeah. But I guess to finish that thought though, like I feel like in both the Thai context and the American context, please like pull yourself out of the situation, look at it from a more critical angle. I'm not saying my view is correct, but I think I am approaching it from a more objective view, and I feel like you can maybe take something from how I'm looking at things in terms of like I didn't talk about like BLM or too much. I talked about China. Because like I kind of like looked at it from like what does this mean right now, and I feel like that's more so important, like to me at least, and like I feel like be able to look at things critically and dive deeper into them. BLM movement doesn't mean just BLM in America; it means Thai youth movement in Thailand. Yeah, like stuff like that, you know, like just like go a little bit deeper, think a little bit bigger, which is contradictory. I think go deeper and bigger. Like that's
no. Look at the big picture. We had to get that one in there, bro. Otherwise, it wouldn't be balcony AUX Chord. Get one fucking joke in there.
Just get one in. That's what she said.
There we go. And with that.
No, but honestly, like I know I sounded kind of cocky just now, but I do think there is some kind of value to this discussion that we've had today.
Yeah, no. Like I feel like people don't have the background that like in terms of like, you know, people study different things, right? Yeah. But I feel like when you study political science, this is your job. This is what you've been trained to do for like 5 years, which is not just be like, you know,
this is the answer. Literally, the more you learn about political science, there's no answer.
The more you're just like,
like we've been trained to kind of look at things quite like skeptic. Like we're skeptical about everything, and we're like, no, nothing's the answer, and no one's right or wrong. It just is, and strategy. It's just strategy, right? And political gain. That's about it. Anyways, on that note, I like to close it. I like to close this discussion.
Yes.
For those of you who are catching the podcast for the first time, we have a tradition at the end of every episode, and we like to recommend music because that's a huge part of what me and Findi used to do. We would just sit there, share music each weekend, and be like, "Hey man, like I got this shit. I've been jamming out all week. I want to share this with you." You know, all that. So, Findi, do you have your music ready?
No. You go first.
Fucking what? What? Sorry, like 5 minutes.
No, I got it. So the first one is the song called the second track on KAYTRANADA's Bubba. KAYTRANADA had a live show last night, but I didn't get to see it. Anyways, the song's called To the Music, and it's by KAYTRANADA and Iman Omari. It's fucking so groovy. Like there's a little groove at the end that's like infectious. You'll just replay it over and over again.
COVID infectious.
And the second song is as we're approaching Christmas, you know,
I already hate this.
In North America and stuff. This is a Christmas song that I don't mind because it's in Korean and I don't understand it. So it's in Korean. I don't understand what they're saying. So I pretend like it's not a Christmas song. But the title of the song is called Christmas Tears. And it's a sad Christmas song. By HYUKOH. HYUKOH.
Okay.
HYUKOH. I don't know how to fucking pronounce it. And the third song, I'll let you do.
Isn't it HYUKOH?
I don't fucking know, bro. I'm not Korean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I've been listening to a lot of instrumentals lately, and well, I mean both of these songs aren't really instrumentals, but I'm just gonna say it. I'm trying to make a new playlist just with like guitar licks, like nice guitar, basically instrumentals, basically.
Licks.
And so I have two songs: "Walk with Me" by Dwight Sykes and "BREEZIN" by Masayoshi Takanaka.
Oh damn. Not "BREEZIN" by Matt Young.
No. I think I already shouted that out before.
Oh, yeah.
I've already shouted that out.
That's already a recommended song.
Yeah. I thought I had one more song. Damn it. Where is it? Damn. I sent it to you this morning, but
you want me to find it?
Yeah. Damn. I don't know what the fuck.
Did you send it in Music Daddies?
Music Daddies.
It's called. So Mark's last song is called Lambam.
Lambam.
The fuck is this, man? I haven't listened to it yet.
You gotta listen to it, Vinny. I think you'll love it. Like,
is it Afro something? Sounds like it.
Yeah, dude. It's African. Apparently he's Malian, but it's like, basically this morning, Childish Gambino tweeted that he has a new project coming out, like new album. And like he's like go listen to New Ancient Strings outside, and it's like lush as fuck, Findi. Okay. Like go listen to the strings, lush as fuck.
I'm gonna go out for a little walk and listen to some instrumentals.
Yeah, Lambam by Toumani, Diabaté, and Balake Sissoko.
Balake. My name's Blake.
Yeah. Dude, my friend said the same thing too. He was like, yo, that guy sounds like the substitute teacher's kid.
Yeah. Blake.
My name is Blake. Okay. Anyhow, thank you for listening to the podcast. Thank you, Findi, for talking to me today. Got a little heavy at times, but I'm glad we talked about the election because it's topical and it's important to talk about politics with people as well. For those of you who like the podcast, please like, subscribe, share, tell a friend, talk to us, comment, tell us about your political opinions, maybe educate us if we've got anything wrong. All right,
our
guys.
Opinions, bro. There's nothing wrong with opinions.
All right. Bye bye.